Now what's going on, guys? It's the Saints Legion here, and here's just a quick video that I'm going to be doing about my raid build that I would probably recommend to many console players. I've seen a lot of PC players posting up their raid build videos, which are all said, you know, they're all fantastic builds, but to cater to a console style of play, there needs to be a few alterations to these different builds, or, you know, different builds altogether. So this is the build that got me through the raid on console. I'm one of the few people that actually have completed on console, especially on the Xbox. There's not that many teams that have completed on the Xbox. There I am. And this build is a damage survivability build, which a lot of people, you know, will say, well, a lot of other builds are damage survivability builds, but this one is a damage build, and you'll understand why right now. So as it stands, I am running at 2 pieces of Overlord, 3 pieces of Gila Guard, and 1 piece Petrov. The way that I planned my build out, I used a spreadsheet. I will leave the spreadsheet in the description below so everybody can, you know, have a look at the most ideal types of brand sets that they will need to, you know, make this build, or, you know, make a build similar, or whatever you want to do. I'll post the link in the description below so you can just check it out and use that to make your builds, because it really helps me make this build. So I'm going to start breaking down each piece and why I've used that piece. This isn't maxed. I can get better, but it's just finding the pieces and grinding for the pieces. I've been a bit unlucky with some pieces, but I mean, it is RNG, so you're never going to be guaranteed to get the exact pieces that you like. So let's start off with the mask. So the mask, I'm running 24% hazard protection, damage to elites, and hard hitting. So as you know, if you played the raid and you've got past the first boss, Boomer, the second boss has a mechanic where you have the orange and the purple buff, like, or debuff if you want to call it that. The purple debuff, once it's maximized, you start to receive poison damage, which you cannot heal from, obviously, because heal only heals the armor. The 2 pieces of Gila Guard, well, I'm running 3, but for this instance, the 2 pieces gives you 20% hazard protection, and then I have 24% hazard protection on my mask. And then obviously the damage to elites is there for obvious reasons. I am looking for a true Patriot piece to try and roll that up to 50. As it stands, I've not had much luck with that. So I'm just doing 36 at the moment, but I will be looking into getting a better piece for continuing the raid as well. With this, I'm just running a utility protocol mod, so it's no big deal. So my chest piece, I'm specifically running the Armadillo vest, and you'll understand why in a minute. It comes with armor, weapon damage. Again, I do ideally want to get a chest piece with better weapon damage on, but I'm really struggling at the moment. It comes with weapon damage and health. Unbreakable as well. So Unbreakable is a key part of this raid, I believe. That or Patience. Unbreakable, obviously, as people know, it gives you 70% of your max armor when your armor is depleted. That's so helpful in this raid. The reason why I'm running the Armadillo chest piece is because it comes with 1 protocol mod and 2 system mods as well. I'm running 5% LMG damage with the generic mod from my level 19 character. And then I'm running an offensive system mod with 1% weapon damage and 4% LMG damage. The Petrov holster has 5% cooldown reduction, 41,000 health, and 3,700 health on kill. And for obvious reasons, with me running the LMG build, I get that 10% LMG damage. So the Gila inventory system backpack comes with 2 system mod slots, which is the reason why I am running this backpack. So I got mine with health, crit chance, and I think it was crit damage, and I re-rolled that to weapon damage. And it comes with hard hitting and skilled. The skilled is irrelevant because it's not procced. I can't run efficient because I'm running unbreakable. Obviously, I'm trying to get higher weapon damage on the backpack as well. And I'm running a LMG damage generic system mod, and I'm running offensive system mod with 1% weapon damage, 3% marksman rifle damage, and 4% LMG damage. So obviously that caters to my LMG and my Nemsis as well. With my gloves, I'm running Neptune protection gloves for the LMG damage, the health, and the 5% weapon damage from devastating as well. I'm trying to get better gloves so I can roll LMG damage onto another pair of gloves, because these are at the max of their recalibration score. It's something that I'm just having to work around. It came with 10,000 health as well. And then finally, I'm running the Overlord knee pads for the extra 7.5% total armor. I got 10% armor on it, and I'm in hard hitting as well. As a whole, the reason why I'm running this is to utilize the mods that you can get with each piece tactically. So With my chest piece, I get 2 system mods. With my backpack, I also get 2 system mods. And with my knee pads, I get an offensive protocol mod slot, which I am just running 3% weapon damage on. Here's for the reason as to why this build is a beast. So I'm running this with the Demolitionist Specialist. I would run this with the Sharpshooter, but once my build is mid-maxed, that's when I will run this build with the Sharpshooter. So my LMG base damage is 39k. I mean, I actually can get this high. I think that with my other builds, yeah, so I can hit pretty much 40k base damage with this build. I'm running unhinged. On this one, I'm running extra and stop, drop and roll. But what I've done is I've changed it up and I'm running it with just my regular M60 with Everlasting, Unhinged and Allegro. Ideally, I don't really want to run this with Everlasting, but it's just finding a LMG that hits as hard as mine with a better passive talent. So for the mods, I'm running the optical ACOG scope to go with the Nemsis, so I get the extra 25% headshot damage. I'm also running the ammunition belt slot because with running the Demolitionist, I don't get the reload speed that I would from the Sharpshooter. I'm running it with accuracy and then 20% stability with -10 optimum range as the muzzle, because the optimal range from the ACOG scope balances out that 10% that I will lose. Obviously, for my secondary, I am running the Nemsis. So I'm running 406k base damage on my Nemsis. I don't need to explain the talents because we all know what the talents are. And I'm running just a regular pistol, no mods or anything, with in rhythm, because obviously when you get the 5% chance to refresh your skills, then that is super helpful when you're playing this game, especially on the last boss of the raid with the different stages that you need to get through. It's so helpful to be able to get your skills back quickly. So with that being said, I'll have a look at my stats. So here are all the talents that I'm running. You can pause the video and take a look if you need to. But I'm just going to roll down to my stats. So I'm running 39k weapon damage with this weapon, with 66% headshot damage, not including the Nemsis, so that would be 91%, 20% reload speed bonus, 10% accuracy, 20% stability. My all weapons damage bonus is 50%. My LMG damage bonus is 52%, so that's 102% bonus damage I'm getting to my LMG right there. My damage to elites is 66, so this is why I was talking about trying to get a true Patriot's mask with 50% damage to elites, so I can up that to 80% for an extra 14% damage to elites. My armor is, as you can see, just short of 240k. My max health is just short of 117k as well. Hazard protection's 44, but yada yada yada. So yeah, so this is my recommended build. It hits super hard. As it stands, the build works really well. I've had no problems with it. The survivability is great. You can get the kills. Even with 66% damage to elites, you're still hitting 170k headshots on elites. So obviously with that 14% more, I'll be hitting a lot harder, especially with more weapon damage that I can get on the gloves and the backpack. And I do have another chest piece, but it's just waiting for that weapon damage to drop, which is just a nightmare. But yeah, guys, this is the build. If you have any questions, just hit me up on Xbox. It's the Saints Legion. You can see it in the top corner. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the video, and good luck with the raid.